myself. Oh no, give me that sound. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none of Zoom, got the scene in it.
Make sure you're subscribed to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It shows the most testimony. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. The Petco did retain CGI Garfield forever. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow, social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. Mind you, I was been watching this, bro. Way back. Way back, cuz. Way back. But things must change. I must looking at other things. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. It's gonna pop on the screen. Let's get on to the video. Just set up.
I love Garfield. I grew up watching the live-action movies, but I didn't know it would come to this. See, this thing has dominated my life for the past year. Garfield is, of course, one of the most famous characters ever created. The world loved and laughed at his newspaper comics from the 1980s. He's a fat, orange, judgmental cat. Or so they say. His owner is John, a goofy man who has a crush on Liz the vet. They also have a dumb dog named Odie. Garfield's favorite food is lasagna. He hates Mondays, and people relate to him. But in 2004, they made him into this live-action movie where all of the actors and animals were real.
I fuck with this live action movie. Heavy. It's always one thing you go always go back and watch. Oh my god.
Except Garfield, who's this fur blob that's animated very expressively and voiced by Bill Murray. None of the humans can understand the animals, and Odie can't even talk at all, and they made an interesting sequel too. But many people, including Bill Murray, didn't.
Odie could never talk, and I hated that. They should have let Odie had a voice actor, just to keep it a buck.
Like the movies. I like them. I didn't even know what Garfield was until I saw these movies. I still have the DVDs. Yet, despite watching these so many times, I had never dared to investigate them. Not in 10 years of doing this. It was out of fear, because they say something big is hiding here. In the first movie, John adopts Odie and Garfield has to get along with him, but when Odie wins a dog show, a crazy TV host kidnaps him, and Garfield must save the day. In the sequel, they travel to England, and Garfield accidentally swaps places with a royal cat who looks just like him. Seems like a dream come true at first, but the rightful owner of the castle keeps trying to kill animals, so everyone has to rise up. So I went in with a magnifying glass. Dozens of extremely weird things not one person has ever seen hiding in plain sight. Very specific things to fill out their world, but it appears as though the creators read the comics and tried explaining some niche things. Recently, artists on Reddit have done this too. This is very me. Or is it? See, this Garfield is an alien demon, yes, obviously. But the real mystery here lies in the people around him. Whether this was intended or not, I'm about to permanently change these movies. All we know is that Garfield is somehow related to these royal orange cats. They all look the same all throughout history, all ruling this estate. Because they may be CGI, but that is literally a part of this story.
These niggas. Chapter 1, he clearly a demon.
Okay, let's make a few things clear from the get-go. The live-action Garfield is not a cat. To figure out what this thing, this Garfield, actually is, we need to establish a few things. 1. Garfield and Prince obviously do insane stunts in the movies that no real animal could ever do. Deadly stunts. And it's because 2, it's CGI, a computer-generated animation, a cartoon in the real world. These 2 are the only animations because of how important they are. The expressive faces, the human movements, teleporting around, eating impossible amounts of food. Obviously, it's because they're cartoons. But it's interesting because this seems to be a big story point. Look closely. Garfield says that all of the barnyard animals have vacant expressions.
There's some sort of affliction that produces this glazed look behind your eyes.
He's joking about how real animals can't act like he can. They kind of just stare off screen. And to double down on this, Prince does the same thing with Odie.
You there, with the wise and thoughtful look. Hello?
They know. They make fun of it. 3. The ages. This is Prince the 12th, and yet these paintings go back many hundreds.
Yeah, they go back a lot of years, dude. That was the plot of the movie. This dude is trying to prove he was a demon. I mean, I don't think he was a demon, to be honest with you. Just keep it nice, good buck.
Of years.
These are your ancestors dating back 400 years.
How can this be the 12th if cats only live like 15 years? Like, do the math. These are human lifespans. 4. All of them are exactly the same. There's no variance in the animation between any of them, between Prince, Garfield, the ancestors. They mimic each other's movements, lives, and even thoughts.
We have 2 plans.
Again, they talk about this openly. So, to break it down, they're not really cats, more like monstrous, ageless, unnatural CGI creatures that have human lifespans. So naturally, you'd have to ask, where did these things even come from? Would they be born? Or, like, what would be the case in this situation? We don't know much, but the first movie opens with John's photograph of Garfield as a baby, with his siblings waiting to be adopted. And one of these things is not like the other. This is obviously on purpose. Again, they're pointing out how he looks nothing like other cats. But really think, these are not his siblings. He's like a big red beacon saying, "Pick me." How would he even get here? Does he even have parents? He jokes about it a couple times.
Gosh, you sound like my mother.
Mom! Dad! Mom!
And see, he knows he belongs here. We know so little, but he's so weird, and everyone knows. Even the solicitors mention that... Wait a second. Hold on.
Oh, God.
They look this weird. Why isn't there more surprise? Why are people so calm about seeing this? And people, they can react. Look at how they treat Odie's dance, but nobody reacts to Garfield. This thing? What the hell not? Not John, nor the vets, nor the kennel say anything. Unless they do.
Conspiracy.
So, Garfield isn't a cat, but I think all of the humans know this, and they don't want to talk about it. You'll see. Let's go on a journey, start to finish. England to Garfield. We have to start this story by uncovering the secrets of the castle where everything begins. Look at this. Why would they have a dungeon? To lock up troublemakers? Okay, but now why does it have a cat-sized escape contraption? Well, they probably built it this way in case they got stuck in there with their cats, right? They were very attached. Maybe they were scared of being invaded and locked up during a battle, so this allows their cats to slip free as a backup plan. But what kind of insane situation would actually call for that? What kind of invader would lock them in there with their cats? I thought this would be a dead end, but then I saw this scene of Garfield wearing their cat-sized armor with a cat-sized sword. So there's a violent history with cats fighting off enemies too. This whole castle is built with these cats in mind. Playhouses, dumbwaiters, barnyard paintings. It's all about the cats. That's why Prince was next in line instead of the owner's nephew. She was obsessed with him, she knows, but what about her associates? Lord Dargis absolutely hates animals because his aunt loved them more than she loved him. This drives him crazy when he uncovers their conspiracy.
Good Lord! It's a conspiracy!
But notice this, when Prince counts to 100 during their fake game of hide and seek, Dargis throws him into the river.
96, 97, here I come.
Exactly on the last second, as if he can hear him counting. And the other associate, Smithy the butler, what does he know? Well, he believes the whole Garfield cat mix-up without any evidence. He even brings the police, he's so certain. The butlers line up on cue. They can order Garfield's plasma TV. Garfield can really communicate with them. So then I had a truly crazy idea. I tried studying the villain from the first movie, Happy Chapman. He's a TV host, jealous of his famous brother.
Yeah, ain't Happy Chapman was like allergic to dogs or some stuff like that. And like he had to get away. Oh no, that was cats. Cats or dogs. I think it was both.
He's American. He should be totally unrelated to the Carlisle Castle. So I investigated his office. And royalty references aside, what's actually weird is the fact that he works with the US government and has a presidential seal on his door. His mission was to deliver pet content to all of America through the news. So it makes sense, I guess, if it's a national priority. But this really cranks up his importance to the presidential level. And then I remembered his animal sidekick, the one he said was stuck with him, was none other than a trained British performer named Sir Roland.
My name isn't really persnickety. It's Sir Roland. I was trained in the classical theatre, you know.
Who was openly surveilling Garfield, like the knight he is. Okay, so there are big connections here, big similarities. If it's possible that they all know about each other, then what exactly would be going on here? What do the people know? If they know these cats are CGI, why are they hiding it? Let me introduce you to Petco, Happy Chapman's pet food company. This organization has held a local dog show for 18 years with judges like Liz. John goes to their show in the first movie. He brings Odie just to watch. Garfield sneaks along too to cause mayhem. But during the show, Odie jumps up on the stage and amazes everyone with his funny dance. Despite this, nobody cares about the hyper-emoting CGI blob that's destroying everything backstage. Just look at how fake this is. Look at him. It's like they're acting overly normal on purpose. So am I saying that Petco is setting up elaborate acts on purpose? Oh, yes. Look at their cat food. Isn't it a little weird that they put a map drawing game on the back of their boxes? Like, this is something companies do to cereal boxes for kids to play during breakfast. Not cats. What do they think, some bored cat's gonna be playing this while eating breakfast? No. Honestly, it's like they gave Garfield instructions. We know that Petco has press agencies, like this newspaper, which is just for dog shows. But what about this one?
Sources tell me that this incident somehow involved a dog and a very heroic cat.
Sources say he's a heroic cat? How the f*** would they know? Even John himself thought that Happy...
What up? What on my phone with it? Oh, shit. But yeah. But yeah, though. What I was saying about that, though, that yeah, he trying to connect to this. And I'm kind of listening to it. It actually, I mean, look, it might actually make sense now because a British thing, like they was not covering where the next movie was gonna be at. And he was spying on him the whole time? It's kind of crazy.
Chapman had kidnapped both of his pets. So how the fuck do these people know that Garfield saved Odie? Like, I don't know who they are or how controlling they are, but the fact that they have news access and even John's TV channels change scenes and air 24/7 dog shows to Garfield is a little weird. I did also remember that the Black Eyed Peas made this song for the movie. Garfield trained Odie on it because of how much it played on their TV. And of all emergency songs to play at their dog show, they chose this one. Why this one song? Unless they knew. In time, you will agree. But I think the entire dog show was a staged event to lure Garfield into the open so Petco could destroy him. So overall, they're not cats. And the royalty knows, so Dargis knows, meaning Happy Chapman knows, so all of Petco knows, which brings me to their other judges, the woman herself, Liz Wilson. When John takes Garfield to see Liz, look at what she says.
Let's get Garfield in for a step. I want to talk to you in private.
What was that?
I want to talk to you in private.
So, you're admitting that this cat can understand everything you're talking about? Okay, now tell me how this low-level American vet can replace Jane Goodall.
Guess who's going to be speaking at this year's fundraiser for the Royal Animal Conservancy?
Huh?
Jane Goodall dropped out at the last minute because she's nursing a sick chimp, and they asked me.
Why does she get to replace Jane Goodall? That's a famous, esteemed animal rights advocate. Who are you? The only fame you had was being in the local news. Look at how she just walks into the sequel's climax and holds herself hostage. Serpentine temptress. But it makes sense if she's with Petco. Look at how much the vets pamper Garfield, soothing him, pleasing him, and lo and behold, who's framed in Liz's office? Happy Chapman. And so we finally reach the man himself, John Arbuckle. Does he know that his cat is not a real cat?
No.
Apparently, they say he constantly brings Garfield to the vet because he's loved Liz since high school. Or his vet visits are a cry for help. But John loves his pets, right? Maybe he's just really dumb? If we take everything at face value, it just doesn't add up. He doesn't seem to have a job, but he can afford a massive house, engagement ring, $200 reward, and a plane ticket on the spur of a moment. How can he have all these things unless they're given to him? How the f*** can Garfield and Odie hide in his luggage, but not get caught on the X-ray scan at airport security? What the f***? The answer is simple.
Hello, he wrong for that. He take that part out because that shit didn't happen. He didn't fly a plane to the thing. He rode to London. He took a job. He ride to London and stuff like that, I think.
They let him through anyways. John isn't a part of whatever lie this is. He's just obsessed with his cat like Lady Eleanor was. He can't bring himself to leave him. Look at how fast the kennel tries to get rid of John after he leaves Garfield with them. It's like his whole life is being quarantined by federal law. There's a 0 probability chance that John, Garfield, Prince, and Smithy all appear on the exact same street in England at the exact same time. And yet, it happens. Normally I'd call these all plot holes, but the crazy part is they give enough clues to make sense. It just changes the whole thing. It tells a twisted narrative in which Garfield was sent to John by the British, also they could get closer to Petco using his girlfriend. Upon learning this, Petco strikes back with the US government, quarantining John's life and trying to save him from captivity. It's everywhere, kind of like the Truman Show. Garfield's presence consumes him, and yes, Petco knows that animals can hear them. Look at this dog catcher. He tells the cats,
"Alright, line it up, paws on the white line, tails in the air."
And they listen. You ever had a cat? No cat would ever listen like this to their owner. And even a stranger who captured them, forget it. This brings us to the ace up their sleeve, Odie. Liz gave John this particular dog, this dumb dog that can't talk, because boring old Odie.
Hey, Odie ain't dumb, man. I fuck with Odie. Odie is one of my favorite characters. That ass.
Attention away from the supernatural Garfield. This is a silent, sacrificial lamb playing dumb. Throughout the film, he gives John a pamphlet, tells him to take a right turn, and John listens. He knows things. He's a decoy, a victim sacrifice thrown to John so that Garfield would be coerced to leave the neighborhood because Happy Chapman needed a way to kill him. That.
Yeah, what up? Huh? Yeah, I'll just come down there. Alright.
That's the true purpose of the shock collar.
Alien love children.
So we have some sort of royal British force that's worshipped these cats for centuries, and we have Petco that's here to stop them by infiltrating John's life, but we still don't know what these are. They go back hundreds of years. The castle's art is from all sorts of cultures. Where does it all begin? Mysterious cats that rule the masses on high as pampered royalty. Hold on. Isn't that like ancient Egypt? It's like their whole thing, isn't it? I mean, if we were to go with that, it would answer a lot. All of the Egyptian alien conspiracies are about them living there, ruling there, building there, breeding there, and leaving behind their cats to watch over the world. It would make these creatures their pets, basically. So, is Garfield an alien love child? I thought he was British. No, listen carefully to what the tour guide says.
The original medieval kitchen has stood on this site since 1485. Yes.
Carlisle Castle was built up around this medieval kitchen. They're suggesting that the cats came here and built this for the food. They are from somewhere else, as reflected by the museum's many cultures. They were supposed to rule, as we see, but they were cornered down to this kitchen, and there's only 2 of their kind left. So they take charge of their animal friends, their associates, surroundings, and rise up in both films. Keep in mind, they don't necessarily know they're doing this or who they are, but they're seeking to rule. Okay, aliens, Egypt, whatever. Do we actually ever see these gods? Well, we get a plot twist when Garfield tells us to our faces.
That's one small slice of lasagna. It's not a dish. It's the stuff of dreams. It's the food of the gods.
This one line explains everything.
But he was playing about the food, though. Not the gods itself. The food itself, dog. Oh, God.
And reinforces this out of nowhere.
I hate lasagna.
This is because Agent of Petco is allergic to cats.
Give me the benefit.
Orange. Of all the dishes in Carlisle Castle, the endless menu, lasagna was the one dish that these chefs wouldn't make. The animals had to do it. Garfield falls off a building through the roof of a truck, saved
by the miracle of lasagna.
It's the food of the gods, and represents them. Across lands, across countries, Egypt, Greece, Italy, France, England, cornered near extinction, only kept going with the promise of a long-lost heir, one day reclaiming power. Garfield is the 9th rebirth animal god of many names and cultures, seeking to reclaim dominion over humanity using nature's armies, known by the Greeks as Pan, the Pan. And the final shot of Garfield is him wearing a cat-sized crown on the throne with Odie as his clown, ruling over all. Garfield is an alien lasagna pan-nature spaghetti god destined to corrode humanity. Wow, that's certainly one answer, but it can't honestly be intended.
Recycling is more than sorting bottles. It's steel-toe boots, second shifts, machines roaring back to life. Recycling helps strengthen manufacturing, taking what's been to build what's next. Other countries are racing to dominate the future, but we've got innovation made in the USA. America's plastic makers are investing billions, powering nearly 670,000 jobs.
These filmmakers are sneaky, really sneaky.
Oh, God.
I thought nothing at first. Oh, another wacky theorizer rabbit hole, CGI monster, renowned internet demon, etc. But these filmmakers couldn't possibly have thought this. Could they? Then it happened. Everything I said, every joke I made, every random guess, proven in a single swoop. Again, Petco's newspaper is nothing compared to what England is pushing on to the masses. When looking for Garfield, John sits down and Odie gives him a newspaper from the trash bin. As is my job, I zoomed in on it, and what it reads is not what he says it does. Printed here is a metaphor of the film's plots, followed by a massive summary of the medieval Irish story, King of the Cats. The story is about a man who slays a giant cat that said it was king. After it dies, the man goes home and tells his wife that he slayed the King of Cats, and their house cat jumps up and rips out his throat. King of the Cats, another smug metaphor. So I googled the real story, and what I found shook me to the fucking core. It's a British adaptation of a famous story, a Greek story titled The Death of Pan. I was spitballing. It was supposed to be an epic conclusion to my biggest reach, but here it is. Why do all my jokes come true? Why do all my assumptions come true? Every time I try to make a theory and make it sound crazy, it wraps back around the planet to rip my skin off. Why me? Am I being screwed by some errant hellion of fate? Why? I suppose it's no big deal. I'm used to this. This is just a newspaper, right? It can't possibly mean that Garfield is some lasagna alien from Egypt who tortures John and has British cults out to destroy him.
Sutton told me I knew he was gonna bring up this show. How much I bet you was gonna bring up this show? I knew you was gonna bring up the show.
I talk about this theory online, post about it. All I get is people telling me it's canon to everything else. This exact shit. Do you guys like doing this to me? What kind of sick pleasure do you get? Well, good news. I discarded all the other canons at the start, so congratulations. My theory that they intended this is true. But this is about the movie lore. They only hint at this shit. They don't show.
I don't care about some alien love baby, okay? I'm worried about Garfield.
What was that?
I don't care about some alien love baby, okay? I'm worried about Garfield. Odie, you know what? You're being rude. Lady Eleanor Carlisle has left her entire estate to her beloved cat, Prince of Alien love baby. Alien love baby.
Is Garfield an alien love child? Is Garfield an
alien love baby?
Is Garfield an alien love child? It wasn't the British that sent him to his destiny. It was the stars.
Alright, y'all, bro. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow on social media, pop on the screen. I see y'all when I see y'all. That a weird ass theory from this nigga. And I'm out, bro. We're on the road to 500. And I'm out.